Okay, welcome to my lesson about metals, magnets, and electricity. Okay, magnets are special kinds of metals. And so let's talk about metals in general. Something is a metal if it is malleable, which means it can be hammered into thin sheets. If it has luster, it can be shined up. Um, it can be ductile, which means it can be drawn into thin wires. Or and they can also conduct heat and electricity. Those are properties of metals, four of them. Okay, so in this next box, I'd like you to identify three things around you that are magnetic. You should have a magnet for this. Find three things that are magnetic, and three things that are not magnetic. Okay, and then this last box is write down some things that you know and like about magnets. Okay, we're now going to go to this next box where we talk about, well, which metals are magnetic? And if you look at the periodic table, you'll see that iron, cobalt, and nickel, these are those are three metals that are magnetic. They all happen to be right next to each other. So the answer here for what elements are magnetic: iron, cobalt, and nickel. Now you might go, well, iron is Fe? Yes, based on its Latin root. Co, isn't that copper? No, it's cobalt. Copper is actually Cu, also based on its Latin root. And then nickel is quite obviously Ni. Okay, and so what's interesting about where they are on the periodic table? They're all next to each other and they're in the center of the periodic table in their row. Okay, the last question is, what makes these metals magnetics? I'd like you to look it up, but I'll just tell you, all metals have magnetic fields. However, they're not lined up. The thing about magnets and these three elements is that you can line their magnetic fields so that they're all going in the same direction. Okay, look it up and get some support for that idea that I just gave you. And you have done the first half of this lab.